Hi YouTube, this is Cypher and I'm back with lesson 5 in my series of videos looking at my professional lessons with Michael, and I'll be right back with this lesson in just a moment. So lesson 5, 18th of September. We're roughly 13 hours of practice and we're on day 64 on this journey, and I was struggling a little bit with the chords from the last lesson. Basically, when I'm trying to hit the chords, I'm very often muting the strings. Now, part of the reason for that was fingernails, and we had a bit of a chat about fingernails. Now, I did come up against this problem when I was researching online before I went to Michael, and I was keeping my fingernails short, but I wasn't actually keeping them short enough. Now, hopefully I'll do a couple of close-ups for you. My fingernails grow quite quickly, and what I need to do is to keep them cut pretty much down to where the white of your nail shows. Because what was happening, and unfortunately I haven't got a camera to go on the headstock, so it's a bit difficult to see, and I may well need to do a video on this again, but my fingernails were pushing my fingers over so that the fleshy part, the thick part of my fingers was hitting the string, and in cutting my nails back meant I could get my fingers over further and in between the strings, and that did make a big difference. But we've moved away from the chords for the moment. We're going to leave that again for another time. And what we've been looking at is the first lick or riff. We tend to call them riffs over here, so I'm going to use that terminology. But my first riff, which is Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. Quite a well-known riff that hopefully most people will know. And I'm still getting used to holding the pick correctly, so you'll need to bear with me. So, as before, the music and the tabs for this are in the description below. There's a link to my Google Drive account, so you can go on there and pull down the music and the tabs and you can follow along, so please do. And this exercise is about getting me moving around the fretboard with my fretting hand and continuing to build strength in that, but also to build some strength in my picking hand and also thinking about timing, etc. So I'm not working with the metronome today, just to keep it easy, but this tends to be a case of now trying to bring it all together and with some timing. So I'll just take you through the notes very quickly. Again, I'm going to use the numbers of the strings rather than the names of the strings. So we start off, in fact most of this is on string 1, and we start off by playing one note open, and then the second fret of that number 1 string, then the 3rd fret, and then we come up to the 5th fret, and I'm using my little finger for that. Then we go back to the 3rd, the 2nd, and then we do 2 open, and then we have to come up to the 2nd string on the 4th fret, which I'm using my 3rd finger for. Then the 1st string open, 2nd fret on the 1st string, 1st string open, and then back to the 2nd string on the 4th fret. Now, I have been practicing this a little bit over the last couple of days since the lesson, so it's getting there, but we are looking at, so open, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2. It's difficult to do to call them out while I'm playing it. Let me just play it. Now it needs to be quite a fair bit quicker than that, because it's supposed to be at 150 beats a minute, which is really quick, and there's no way I can do it that fast. but it's quite a nice little riff, this one. So you basically go through that bit twice, and then after that we drop down to the next part of the riff, and we have an open on the first string, and then on the second string on the 3rd fret 2 notes, then we come up to the 3rd string and we play that open for 2 notes, and then the 2nd fret on that same string, and then we come back down to the 2nd string and we play that open, 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 and then the 3rd string, and then 2 on the 2nd. So let me just take you through that last bit. So I need to practice that a little bit. And the other thing that Michael was saying is that last little bit where we've got the open strings. So we've got the open third, the open 3rd string, the open 2nd string, and then we come up to the 3rd and then down for the 2nd. It needs to make sure that we do down, 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 up, down. It's da, 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 da. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it makes sense to go down, 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 up, down. You can go down, up, down, up, down, but it's making sure that you do get the up and the down on that last little bit. Okay, so let me just try and play that all the way through. That's basically that little riff. So like I said, I did that for the first time on Wednesday, practiced it quite a bit Wednesday evening, Thursday, Friday, and then just trying that again this evening. So I need to practice that and try and get the tempo up to 150 beats a minute with a metronome. That's going to be a big ask, but that's what I'm going to be working on. Anyway, that's lesson 5. I'll see you for lesson 6 coming up very soon in a couple of weeks' time. Bye for now. Oh, it's a bit ropey. Need to practice. It's always practice. Practice, practice, practice.